Thank you for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Jarna Hector. Coming up, a regional telecommunications workshop on dispute resolution and competition kicks off in Dominica. Government releases a manual for returning nationals, and the Caribbean Endemic Bird Festival 2014 officially begins. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after the break.
The black Sikatoka fungus can survive on banana and plantain leaves even after they have been cut from the tree. Farmers and hucksters are encouraged to use alternate cushioning material when moving produce from farm to the market. Do not use banana and plantain leaves as cushioning. It is against the law to move banana and plantain trash from the field. Obey the law and stop the spread of black Sikatoka today.
Thank you for staying with us. The Dominica government has released a manual created specifically for nationals permanently returning home. The initiative is spearheaded by the ministry responsible for industry and diaspora affairs via its regional integration and diaspora unit. The manual covers such topics as the role of the regional integration diaspora unit, the documents required to determine eligibility, clearance of household and personal effects, the time frame for importation of belongings and vehicle registration. Also included are detailed descriptions of the application procedures for passports, birth, death, and marriage certificates, firearm licenses, land purchase, and utility sign-up, among several other very useful topics. Additionally, details of tax concessions on motor vehicles and household goods imported by returning Dominicans upon their resettlement are also included. This is in recognition of the significant contributions of returning nationals to the socio-economic advancement of Dominica. In addition to information on tax concessions, information is presented on other areas that the returnee may find helpful. It is hoped that this information will assist in clarifying certain processes and reducing or eliminating any difficulties in the re-entry process. The manual can be found on government's website, dominica.gov.dm, under Government Publications. On Tuesday at the Fort Young Hotel, representatives of the telecommunications sectors of various regional countries met for the first day of a workshop to discuss dispute resolution and competition law. Delivering the welcome address was Minister for Telecommunications, Honorable Ambrose George. The minister's opening statements referenced Dominica's national anthem as a sentiment which can be applied to telecommunications providers.
There's a line in the national anthem that says, all for each and each for all. This, in fact, summarizes the spirit of unity in the Dominican culture. It is therefore my expectation that service providers or regulators, the government and consumers will work together in the interest of unity within the sector so that all can mutually benefit from the liberalization process which started over a decade ago.
Honorable George went on to explain that government has been actively working towards a synchronized telecommunications sector in Dominica. That effort is complemented now by Tuesday's ITU workshop, which the minister believes contributes towards a mature industry. Also addressing that forum was Dominica's former telecommunications director, Sylvester Cadet, who is now based in Barbados, where he now works as program officer with the International Telecommunications Unit.
The ITU World Bank study indicates that disputes can be enormously destructive to the sector, and effective dispute resolution is increasingly central to successful deployment of modern information infrastructure. This is particularly so where it is necessary to encourage investment and competition to reach the undeserved billions of people on the wrong side of the digital divide. And herein lies the partnership of the International Telecommunications Union with its partners and benefactors. ITU is committed to connecting all the world's people, wherever they live and whatever their means. Through our work, we protect and supports everyone's fundamental right to communicate.
The feature address came from Policy and Regulatory Advisor with the Telecommunications Management Group, Carrie Ballot-Lena.
Ultimately, we want to promote investment, innovation, growth, competition, and access to affordable, high-quality services. And everyone, regardless of the role that you are playing in the market, whether regulator, operator, content provider, or consumer, these are all shared goals that we have.
She looked into disputes within the telecommunications sector, specifically how disputes arise and types of disputes. According to the expert, there are disputes between the operators and regulators, operators and consumers, and between multiple operators.
In the region, we've seen incumbents that may have long-term exclusive licenses, so there have been challenges associated with introducing competition prior to the expiration of these exclusive licenses. So looking at consumer disputes, these often relate to service charges charged by the provider. It may arise over billing and payments. Oftentimes, there have been some issues in various countries related to slamming. That's changing a user's service provider without that user's permission. You can also find disputes related to quality in terms of service.
During the next 2 days, the workshop will go into further detail of those matters with an aim to outline standard operating procedures for the industry. In 2013, funds were received by the Calabishi Village Council to begin construction of a central square, commonly known to residents as their community platform. The roof, foundation, and frame of the building were completed and is currently being used as the local market square for that area. The council sought additional funding to furnish the structure with plaster, lighting, plumbing, and windows, since it also serves as a meeting area for several groups. At last week's inauguration ceremony of the Calabishi Village Council, Honorable Ambrose George, representing the nation's Prime Minister, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, made a surprise donation to the council.
I heard it mentioned by the chairman that the platform is incomplete. And again, through the commitment and the efforts of your PAL rep, last week he came to me. Last week. And he said, "Comrade, I need some money to complete the platform. Can you assist me?" I said, "Okay." I made a note, sent it down to the PS. Then on Monday, he said to me, "Comrade, I would like to present the check to the council today." I say, "Whoa." So I sent another note to the PS and said, "Kindly prepare the check so I can take it up to Calabishi this afternoon so that the PAL rep can present it to the council." I thereby call on the parliamentary representative to receive the check and to hand the check to the chairman of the council on your behalf.
Parliamentary representative for the Paybush constituency, which includes Calabishi, Honorable Matthew Walter, accepted that check.
I should be making this presentation to Man Henry because Man Henry was so adamant that the platform needs to be completed. And I promise him, and he told me, "Mr. Walter, you know people have been saying so many things about me. But if you see you can do that for me to complete the platform, nobody will say anything about me again." So I take this opportunity to present to the Calabishi Village Council a check of $15,000 for the completion of the platform.
Honorable Walter immediately handed the check over to Councillor Man Henry, who had originally pursued the request for the completion of the project. That donation was made shortly after 8 residents, led by returning chairman John Peters, were sworn in to form the new village council of Calibishi on Wednesday, April 16th. In other news, 5 weeks of activities have been outlined for Dominica when it celebrates for the 8th successive year the Caribbean Endemic Birds Festival. Officially commencing today, April 22nd, the theme throughout the 23 territories recognizing the event is Who Pays the Birds? The Caribbean Endemic Birds Festival, established 13 years ago, is a flagship program of Birds Caribbean, formerly the Society for the Conservation and Study of Caribbean Birds. The organization's goal is to increase the capacity of Caribbean ornithologists or bird scientists, resource managers, conservation organizations, institutions, and local citizens to conserve the birds of the Caribbean and their habitats. In Dominica, activities over the next month until May 22nd will include radio quizzes, public presentations, birding excursions, a bird art festival, and the well-known Whistle Like a Bird contest on May 20th. Several television interviews will also be featured right here on GIS. The public is encouraged to follow the events and participate in this year's Caribbean Endemic Birds Festival. The festival is being coordinated by the Forestry, Wildlife and Parks Division of the Ministry of Agriculture and Forestry. And that's it for the news. Stay tuned for today's tip.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
It is a little-known fact that skipping as a form of exercise is significantly more effective than running. Skipping is a full-body workout which uses your abdominals to stabilize your body, legs for jumping, shoulders and arms for turning the rope. Studies show that the effort it takes to jump rope for 10 minutes is the equivalent of running a mile in 8 minutes, and those 10 minutes of skipping have the same health benefits as a 45-minute run. An hour of skipping will burn up to 1,300 calories. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and your comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News Desk, thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.